Okay, today is Virgo Sun. Today is Tuesday. Ain't that Mars Day? I think this is Mars Day. But we're gonna pull out the Astro deck as usual. Finna see what it do. Since y'all can't talk back and I can't add you, we're gonna see what it do through the cards. Oh, and also, I haven't dropped a video on YouTube yet, but now offering on the JackieNu website herbal pre-rolls. Right now I have purple lotus, peppermint, and mullein as a blend. That's what I have to offer. Check out JackieNuStore.com to order. And what else? What else for business? It's a lot of things. We have a show, I'm going to say show, a concert. No, we have a class coming up, the Divine Feminine course. I will be hosting, correspondences and synchronicities, how to track them and how to pay attention and peak game in your own time, in your own way. I ain't got to put no lotion on my hands. And I ain't in my car with my lotion at. I'm in a different car. Whatever. Judge your mammy, bitch. Okay. What else? There's something else too. What else? Oh, of course, y'all get the sales sauce from JackieNuStore.com. Okay. No, we're not taking these time. These cards, this is the astrology deck. Some of them are in the reverse, some of them ain't. I just wanted to deck up and waited for a few people to enter, if they do. Plus, I'm waiting on these cards to come out. Okay, here we go. And that one came out quite nicely. I like the way it came out. It came out like it was supposed to. The South Node. The South Node is in Libra right now, the overall South Node. We know the South Node is the things that we already have experienced as a soul. The South Node to me feels like the place, the space that your spirit derived from in order to incarnate in this experience to have a new one. So your North Node will be the opposite of wherever you came from, or it will be a transmutation of that. That's the point of the North Node, is to transmute it. And it's Aries, okay? So the North Node would be Aries. And maybe, but the South Node came up, which is the opposite of Aries, is Libra. So, South Node Aries, what's that about? I like the way it came out, though. Came out like it was supposed to. So, it's valid. It's okay, yeah. That's a solidification of the individuality. You already been validated as far as with yourself. Pisces, but it didn't come out. I just flipped it out on my own. Okay, here we go. The first house. This is the house of individuality and whatnot. And like I said, Aries is the individual, the sign of individuality. We ain't gonna put them on. Lilith tried to fall out though. So, and the South Node, like I said, is in Libra. Let's see what this has, what more this has to say. And I'm not this time going to forget to keep these cards out. Okay, so we're gonna pull out the numerology deck. Hello, in the chat, what it do in the chat? I hope y'all on my frequency. Can y'all match my frequency? I can't think of the actual meme song, so I made up my own. But it's the real shit. I don't know if y'all can or not. If y'all can't, you'll slide through and you'll slide right back out. But if you can, you might be an individual that has been doing some things and is expecting certain things and can expect certain things. We got the harmonious 3 again. Look. Now, it ain't changing colors this time, but y'all remember it did that. So, 3 is the communication, the thoughts, your environment, and it's in harmonious. It's in a harmonious alignment. So, with the South Node coming out, that further confirms to me that's a energy signature of you already could. Let me not say that. Let me not skip the gun too quick. Hide on watch, but I'm tuning in today. Okay, Sonny, the message might be for you. Tap in. Now, this is not a you'll see in a minute. Ooh, look at the 8. We're in a number 8 year at the moment too, but I do think this is the over exaggerated energy of the 8. So 8 being the energy of cycles and time. I'm a number 8 individual. Synchronicities. This is an over exaggeration. Maybe there could be a spike of you peeping synchronicities all of a sudden during this time. And you could be over exaggerating the metaphysics behind it or the spookism behind it. And it's only because if you're only now becoming awakened or realizing these mechanics in front of you every day, all the time, and you're just now becoming aware of it, it will throw you a little bit. But it's always been there, and you're just tapping into a higher dimension, whether you know it or not. Hopefully you know it, because if you don't know it, that could cause psychosis. That could cause a stunning of your growth. Because a lot of times when you see these synchronicities, my spirit, well, let me not make it personal. A lot of times when you see these synchronicities, what was I going to say? Oh, just don't over exaggerate them. Because if you over exaggerate the oddness of when you experience a beautiful synchronicity, or just the obvious synchronicity that ain't beautiful, but just the awe, the wow of it, don't let it blow your top too tough, because if you do, you won't be privy to other synchronicities that can connect you to just the equilibrium balance of this new experience that you're experiencing. And yeah, because 3 is the environment. These things are harmonious. And it reminds me of the synchronicity that we had on camera the other day with the 3 changing colors. But make sure you don't damn, why this want to come out again? 2, which is I think this is the inhibited 2. I'm trying to decide whether to read the chat or not. I think this is an inhibited 2, but I think it is. This is the feminine energy still. This would be, yeah, to me, the opposite attracts what it opposites attract. So with that being the 8 being in the over exaggerated space, that will ricochet an effect of somewhere else being inhibited. And that would be you if you were exaggerating certain things that are just a part of life that you're just now becoming aware of, and you're exaggerating those things. That will create in you a inhibited viewpoint. You won't actually be able to see what's going on, and you certainly won't be able to see more, because that's the reason why you shouldn't blow your top if you want to be privy to more information. It's like baby feeding, and if a baby can't take solid food yet, then you don't feed them solid food. You go back to the goddamn mush food, or you stay where you at. You know what I'm saying? So it'll create a what the fuck word did I just use? It will create a slowing up of slow growth development, whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna keep those out. We are going to pull out the coffee cup deck today. And I'm not going to stay too long. Don't worry about it. But I'm trying to multitask. Not necessarily at this moment, but on my day. You have to make sure you get all things handled and put your hands on everything that needs to be sorted out. Everything that needs to be tended to. You make sure you put your hands and eyes on it at least a couple of times a day to tend to it, if you don't completely tend to the whole situation completely. So I'm just, that's what I'm talking about. Practice what you preach as well. Okay, so what this about? Let's get more information. Let me read the chat. See if I see any familiar faces or just, I can't. Anyway. So, Divine Flow was already popped out. I've never saw this card before. Let go of attachment to the outcome and let the universe bring gifts. So, as I've been sensing, there are certain gifts. What's the word that I can use for that? I know a tarot reader I watch, Angelic Karma. She used this term spiritual top ups, and it's that type of energy. Whether it be an actual like physical something that pops up and tops up your energy or spirit, or whether it be some internal. But it's some spiritual top ups. I'm gonna use her term. Y'all go check her out because I ain't biting. That's my She's a I don't want to call her an elder because she's a anyway. What's her name? Angelic Karma. She's an old school. She's a Saturn ruled individual. Anyway, so that's what y'all can expect in the reverse. I low-key don't even want to read the reverse but we're not gonna be afraid of we're not gonna be afraid of either end of the spectrum. We don't see anything as negative or positive at the moment until it's right there in our hands to overindulge in Venus energy or to love on. Open to receive. This was you in the reverse. So this was where you was at. You were open to receive. Invite abundance with open arms. Embrace the blessings of waiting to flow into your life. So this is you also like being vulnerable in certain areas of yourself, and you being vulnerable in spaces that needed to be dealt with has also created a cause and effect, because everything is going to create something. I don't give a damn what you think. Even the stuff that you're not aware of, but your heart just being in this space, period. Not even really knowing that, because see, when you're in your own self, you don't know how other people process life or their feelings or their thoughts. All you know is how you process them. So you could be processing your thoughts, feelings, and reality and mind in such a, because I don't want to put a hierarchy on it, but in such a integrity, holding it in with some type of respect, or even the pureness, like a pureness, and not knowing that that's not the norm. Whether neither that being something that you should judge yourself off of, but just thinking that this does not accumulate to anything positive just because I know in my heart I'm for what's right. But that actually being something that has accumulated. Maybe it was misdirected previously, but since your calibration system and your perspective has been aligned a whole lot more, you being able to by default direct all those pure intentions to where they need to be directed at, and it accumulating and you finding something accomplished. Whether it be something that you directly did yourself and you had the strength to do, or whether it be some miraculous event or situation, scenario, or internal revelations, but expect it. I don't want to pull that one necessarily because I wouldn't really, it's quiet moments, but those quiet moments too is what has helped accumulate. That shadow work has helped accumulate some better perspectives. Anyway, I don't want to talk about this dick no more. Carried away came out in the upright. Let yourself be caught up in the whirlwind of a romantic moment. So it's not for you to over exaggerate for no reason. It's for you to actually find, when it's time to find gratitude into something, you have it accordingly. And sometimes you have events that are so mind-blowing, you don't have to necessarily like not, because earlier I was saying how you don't want to over exaggerate certain synchronicities and short a fuse out type shit. But it's not saying either to not indulge in that feeling too, because that is a part of what you have created and a part of the gift that is coming your way, because it don't have to be something physical. It could be an internal revelation, an internal gift, an internal whatever the fuck, somebody releasing some information to you spiritually that all you needed to know, your heart unlocked based on you being privy to certain awarenesses, however they may come to you, no matter. But you can be carried away in that. It's just to say, don't over analyze it and try to figure out what's the point necessarily. Just let the point do what it needs to do, and overindulge in the moment, in that moment. Anyway, and I ain't gonna say overindulge, just indulge in it. Don't overdo the shit. And when I say overindulge, okay. Empathic Oracle, what time is it? Okay. Good time. Empathic Oracle. Let's talk about something else though. Because we kind of been low-key talking about that type of energy it ain't nothing wrong with that, because it's good energy. But okay, let me just say this. Give me a different perspective of that, to satisfy my urge of diversity and my urge of different I need to see both ends of the spectrum so that I can feel like, you know, okay, what's the intention? We already know what the intention is. Virgo sun. Virgo is the sun is the action. So the things that you're gonna be paying attention to is what? The details and shit, your body, your physical body, people's communications towards you, and it's in Sagittarius. So we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Being that Sagittarius would be like the energy of, no, that was backwards. Would be like the energy of philosophy and your meanings and reasonings and whatnot. And this is what we're digging into at the moment. Mercury being in Virgo too. So yeah, okay. Sometimes I have to make myself feel comfortable about communication. Especially new communication. Why they had to come out like that? I don't, Let's do that again. Because I didn't know how to take that. Let's get some information for the people and for myself. Let's see. Come out something. Things might be so steady to where you're like, oh, she can't be talking to me. But you better receive it. Because if you receive it, you will begin to believe it. And you'll begin to have thoughts and feelings of it. And by default, you'll begin to slowly manifest that if you hold on to what it is that you have decided that you know. Okay, why this came out like that? A chameleon. And it came out like a chameleon. You see, damn, I wish I had to let y'all, let me fold over a little bit so y'all can see the cards actually. Because the way it flipped out so fast, it was trying to blend back into the rest of the deck, but I caught that bitch. It was a chameleon in the background, I mean in the reverse. This is like you automatically repelling certain bullshit. You don't even have to know that that's what's going on. Most of the time you will, because you have reached a certain amount of certain level of awareness to peep game. But these things rolling off of your back because you don't necessarily have to indulge in this, because every cause has an effect. By you indulging or exerting certain energy in any area, regarding what end of the perspective or what's the time, the timeline had just came out, but regarding the end of the scale that you're on, it's going to result into whatever it results in. But now that you are not paying attention to some certain things that you used to use your heart energy for that wasn't necessarily deserved, those things will repel against you regardless. You will be able to catch it. If it thinks that it's going to sneak its stinking ass up under your nose anyway, then you will have to call it out. That's why we've been talking about calling shit out recently. But you don't necessarily have to do that if you've been holding yourself in a certain like integrity or light, or been focusing on certain things, necessarily having to separate yourself because of what it is that you're now focusing and paying attention to. That is going to create somewhat of a protection. Let me keep the card out though. Oh, baby. Girl, you didn't even read the damn deck. Okay, whatever. We ain't have to read it for real, because we know. No, I'm not going to go back to that. I will in a minute. I'll go back to that in a minute. Hold on. Okay, so the chameleon came out like it was going to sneak its way out. It's the tricks of the enemy type shit, because I even had the deck in reverse for real. And it's like, yeah, maybe that was a goddamn low-key subtle little trick. Not to say necessarily we don't over-exaggerate, but I'm just saying that we were to fairy tale-ize certain shit so that we can get a good concept of them. Then you can see it like that. But especially when you feel that same shit in your heart, then you can know. Because you cannot logically make it make sense too. But anyway, the containers. Compartmentalizing. Okay. We're going to read up on that. One more card. Because containers, it wasn't in the reverse, but it gives me like a low-key getting lost in certain things or colors and shit. Getting lost in certain colors or certain compartments, certain experiences and things. And that giving the chameleon is chameleon power based on your vision, not necessarily being able to determine which box is for you or which box you're in or which box you're supposed to be in, or if any of these boxes some shit that you, but by you eliminating all of the shit, because most of these boxes ain't about shit for you necessarily, or wasn't the things that you have found out for yourself that you're supposed to be separating and cleaning up, or washing blood off your hands of long ass, hold on, we're not gonna read that right now. But people in the chat, I'm gonna read you in a minute. Hold on. I lost my train of thought, bro. But what I was basically saying was that, yeah, that gives the chameleon the energy to be able to hide, but you can't hide in an empty room. Ain't nowhere to hide no more. And that go for you and the chameleon type shit. Predator in the reverse. Oh, no wonder I was not pulling the meaning and reasonings out like I was supposed to, because I wasn't even reading the numbers for real. But predator in the reverse. It's like a flipping of the switch. You were the goddamn prey. Now you're not anymore. Let me read the numbers. So 28 would be the predator. 2 being the relationship. 8 being that cycle. The cycle that you have created with certain individuals. That being that flipping now. You being able to spiral up out of that cycle type shit. And the containers was 42. 4 being the structure and 2 being the relationships. We already said that pretty much. How you're looking and relating to other people's situations and how they're structured and bleeding and blending and mixing up how you're supposed to determine what yours is, and not really knowing how to focus yourself on yourself because you got so many other situations and people's ideas and perspectives and responsibilities circling all around you. You done lost yourself. But now those things being eliminated. And the chameleon, which was 5 and 0. That's 5 being the chaos. The second number 2, that's the feminine energy, and another feminine energy of the 0. So thinking it can blend right back into the void and loop back in and out back like it wants to. No, that time is over with, bitch. We're no longer just stuck in the 5 and 6 dimension. We're now are entering the 7th at this point. And the chameleon still being stuck in the 5 or the 6, because it could have elevated, but it would have had to elevate on the equilibrium side of the perspective for it to be on your type time. And at that point, it will hold no threat. But by not doing that, guess what? Stay where you're at in the 5th cycle. You keep cycling back into the chaos. Not you. This energy, though, and you peeping that, and you staying far, distancing yourself, not just from people, but from the energy. The vortexes that you see, you know. Some of them vortexes you might even be responsible for. And that's what made it even harder to loop yourself up out of it. But still though, hey, guess what? You can't hold yourself responsible for forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give yourself grace too. Everybody fucks up and does certain things and maybe causes certain situations to other people's lives. I don't know how to feel about that. I've always tried to stay from fucking up other people's lives. Now, I may have let other people goddamn dampen or dent in my life, but I don't necessarily, but maybe what either end of the spectrum, let it apply where it need to. Okay, 204. We're going to finalize this with some more of these. Okay, we're going to finalize this with the numerology. Oh, let me read the goddamn chat. Hold on. Let me scroll up for a minute. Okay, Sunny. Sunny said I went live on perfect timing regarding some of the videos she just watched. That's what's up. Synchronicities, Pete Gang. Galaxy Wave says, good morning, sister. As the day begins, it's almost 2 o'clock. But, you know, you could be in a different time and space. And you move through your busy life. I invite you to reflect on the beauty and peace found in Islam. Okay, we're going to skip that. We're going to just skip right on over that. Misa say, hey, peace and much love to your day. Thank you, Misa. Thank y'all for tapping in. Okay, we're finna finalize this real quick. We're finna put the nail in the coffin. I wish I had not moved my setup. Damn. How was this? Why did I move this shit? Okay, hold on, y'all. Yeah, that's right. Okay, that's right. Let's now go back to the numerology that we had. The environment. What did we just discuss? We just discussed, well, first what came out, yeah, the environment came out. The environment being harmonious, because it's like jumping into a whole different space that is ready just for you, and it's just glittery and sparkly. But then you jumping back into reality with the 8 and realizing some of the repeating factors that has not fully been cleared up, or just being that you are in two separate worlds, because this is hold on, let me see, is this exaggerated? Oh, I'm tripping, bro. This is the solution the whole time. Yeah, that's kind of like we were talking about yesterday. You having the things that you are not valuing being right up under your nose. This is solution the whole time, because maybe you haven't ever saw this cycle to peep that this is a nice flow. It may look chaotic to you, but that's because you're maybe looking at it through the left brain, like I maybe was at the moment, not realizing the right brain is supposed to be a different type of beauty and magic type shit, especially with the number 8. This is like it catching you off guard. So don't let things catch you off guard to where it throws your energy off. Same with the synchronicities. Don't let synchronicities throw you too far to where it's like when you believe something, and as soon as you have doubt, that's when you fall, type dream type shit. Life is but a dream. It's just these things happening in slow motion. So you can kind of feel your intentions and feelings a lot easier than you could if it was like a dream of that type. As soon as you realize you're dreaming, you wake up. As soon as you finna let me shut up. Okay. Balance and in harmony, the 8 here demonstrates its energy and creativity. This can also be seen in the smaller images that depict the recumbent 8, the limsenet sets symbolizing the river of life. So the environment, you being set up to be in this flow, all the tools you need, everything around you is in harmony with it. Your clothes, when you look down at yourself, everything, you're already dressed and ready, like the Cinderella ball. You look at your shoes, they got pearly, they're not dirty, none of that shit. You weren't even expecting that, but because you opened yourself up, you begin to realize what was already around you, and you jumping on board with whatever could be, road, as far as the wave that we're riding. It's from micro to macro, the transit and your whole life cycle journey. You realizing that from a soul level, because the soul has no time. So that's going to allow you to have like an abundance of confirmation and verification inside, to where you validate yourself. You're okay, let me not go too far. But because we got the 2, which is inhibited, because it ain't what you do, it's kind of how you do it. And validating yourself and being overly, you can bleed into egotism, which will bump you right back down to the previous experience, which we're going to go back and forth through that anyway. So it's not like you need to expect life to be heaven constantly. Not yet, baby. And as soon as it turns into heaven, it turns right back to hell. So you find some equilibrium, and that's going to give you the solace in between the shifts. It's when you don't over exaggerate, because this is a inhibition, which I feel comes from the exaggeration, but not anymore, because previously when I said that, I thought the 8 was in a exaggeration when it was a solution. So that's not being that changes the whole meaning. The inhibition being that maybe you, for one, you could jump into a space thinking that you're not ready, and that causing you to be inhibited in your expression, not knowing that that's not the point. Whether you're ready or not, you just express what you express so that you can learn more about what you're doing, and that being the first intention. And then maybe that being my first intention, I'm a Gemini, but it always leading back to you though as the first intention, and then you finding out more information based off of how it's related to whatever the experience is. The 2 stands in this world full of doubts and insecure in its decision. It doesn't know which way to go or how, because it's a brand new space. And the other way that this 2 can become inhibited. What's another way? It's all kinds of ways that this 2, the way you're relating, can become inhibited. You could jump to think that you're in I don't know, I'm gonna keep it right there, because for the spirits that would even find themselves in this place, you've done enough shadow work to be in a space to where life don't have to humble you, and you know how to be modest in the first place. but not modest in a humble way to where you're downgrading yourself. So if you're not on that end of the perspective, you could just have some type of you know, nervousness based on it being a brand new thing. North Node, because South Node was in the what it was, hold on, South Node came out, which was Libra, but Aries came out, which is the opposite of where the South Node is. That's the North Node. So yeah, your individuality being tested, but not like a test for everybody else. You need to first know this is a test for you. See how far you can go. I'm finna go, y'all. Just some distractions just pulled up. First house of individuality. And I'm finna dip. Check me out, y'all. JackieNuStore.com. I'll hit y'all back. Talk to y'all later. And this live may get deleted. Bye. I might not though.